Alright, the chicken breast is out of the refrigerator and in a pot poaching at a very gentle boil, and we're going to let it go for about 25 minutes or so. Alright, my roll has been in the refrigerator for about 35 minutes. I actually started it in the freezer so the outside would chill quicker. It still feels almost like room temperature, but it should have chilled enough to allow the bacon strips to set up so that they will fry nicely. Now what we're going to do is carefully unwrap this guy. Make sure we get the foil to come off evenly. I'm going to be careful that as we unwrap it, of course I got the outer layer on first, so I guess I don't have to be that delicate here. Alright, now we got the inner layer. So we'll open that up. Now of course, as I say, it poached, so there's going to be water in here. And let's see how it looks. Right, very nice. Looks great. Looks very elegant. The bacon, because it was overlapped, held together nicely. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. You can see that it held together. There's the seam where the strips come together. And that looks great. So what we're going to do now, after I wash my hands, is fry it in a hot pan. Put it into a very hot pan with olive oil. Not so hot, of course, that the oil burns or anything like that. So get your pan warm up in just about medium, just towards medium-high heat on the stove, and we'll fry it up. Alright, I've got the pan on the stove, olive oil in, and one best way to, in my opinion, that you can tell your pan is hot enough is that the oil will run freely across the pan. See how quickly that moves like that? And it'll have a little bit of a haze to it, so you know it's hot. You can smell the oil. This is olive oil. And here's our roll, and if I got it hot enough, it should sizzle nicely when I put it in. And beautiful. That's exactly the sound I'm looking for. Rinse my fingers off and let it go. Now what I want to do is just cook the bacon. The meat inside, the chicken is definitely cooked through the poaching process, and it should have been enough to melt the cheese inside. Everything else inside is cooked except for well, the bacon on the outside, and it's actually cooked because it poached. So you could eat it just like it is, but frying it off makes a lovely touch and finishes it really, really nicely. So I'm just going to let this guy brown on all sides. I'll turn it. I have a big pair of tongs right here that I'm going to use. And I'll turn it after just a few minutes of sitting on that first side. We'll roll it all the way around gently, trying as best we can to keep it from unwrapping on us. And we should be good to go here in about 6 or 10 minutes. And I've turned it once, and you can clearly see that it wants to come apart already. Two of the bacon strips spread out a little bit, but the first side is browned nicely, and we're on side number 2. I've rolled it one more quarter turn, and it's obviously wanting to come apart on me. And that is because the breast was split, as I showed you earlier. What happened was I butterflied it and then pounded it out. And when I pounded it out, the butterfly separated. So that's the reason for it splitting like that. But otherwise, it's still coming along and looking good. All right, second turn. And it's coming along. I actually had to pull a spatula out, of course, because the bacon wants to stick to the pan a little bit. using both the spatula and the tongs to get under it and turn it carefully. It's still holding together better than I had hoped. So that's the third side, second turn, one more turn to go until the bacon looks like that all the way around, and we'll be good. Alright, let's see if we can get this final turn done without too much drama. Get under, the bacon is wanting to stick to the pan. If you got a non-stick pan, it'll probably work a lot better than this stainless steel one. I got it loose. Grab it with the tongs, and I'm going to rotate it to my right. Come on, baby. There we go. Come on. Nope, didn't want to do it. You're not quite loose enough. There we go. Come on, baby. I got to move it over to the other side of the frying pan to get the roll completed. And that's what we're looking for right there. You can see that it wants to come apart. I overstuffed it. That's why there's some of the stuffing come out on the ends. But it's still looking absolutely delicious. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. You can see the stuffing wanting to jump out and run away and find itself a life somewhere else, but I don't know where its life is going to be. About 2 more minutes and we're good. I did, by the way, have the burner up between medium and high when I started it, and I've turned it down between medium and low now, actually just after I put it in. I didn't mention that earlier. Alright, and we're done. Shouldn't take long. If I can get it out of the pan. There it is, in one shot. Let's see how this is going to work. Coming at it from the end, pick it up and right onto the plate, like thus. And we got a little bit of end. And some more bacon. Over there. And that is it for now. And what I want to do is just leave it sit there to rest, and then I'll transfer it to the cutting board here and slice it, and we'll see how it looks once we slice it. But there it is. All right, time to slice the chicken. Let's see, the easiest way to get it off, I guess, a fork. Out onto the cutting board. Hopefully you can see that. I'll just give it a slice, see how it turned out. How's that look? Sharp knife, important. Go through the bacon that you've cooked. How's that look, huh? Not bad. Cheese is stuffing inside, cheese on the outside with a mushroom. Alright, there you have it. I have steamed vegetables and mashed potatoes. I made garlic mashed potatoes to go with it. And my beurre blanc sauce. Bon appetit!